This is how we draw our strength. Ooh, what's flying around in here? Hello everyone and welcome to Free Range Diva. My name is Cheryl if you're new, and if you're not, thank you for coming back. Either way, it's great to see you. 2020 was a tough year, but it was a year that had many lessons to teach us. And this video is my personal reflection on the things I learned, the things I'm changing, the things I'm keeping, and things I'm letting go. Hopefully these lessons will resonate and encourage you to think about what you've learned this past year. Number one, we can do anything when we do it together, whether it's a group of friends, family, a community, or a nation. When you look at countries that have successfully suppressed the virus, for example, it's because there was a collective agreement on the nature of the threat and how best to address it. I bet that in your lifetime, if you think about it, there have been times when you have joined a group of friends or family members or a community to come together to tackle a problem that was too big for any one individual to tackle alone. This is how we draw our strength. And I certainly appreciate this community because you supported me when I needed it, and you've supported each other. Number two, given the choice between doing the right thing and the wrong thing, we'll often do the wrong thing. Now, stay with me on this one. First of all, it's easier. Doing the right thing can be hard. It can be inconvenient. And even when doing the right thing is relatively easy, we'll still pick the wrong thing. I guess it's maybe human nature, especially if we think we won't get caught, or if we do get caught, that we won't get penalized for it. Here's an example. A couple of weeks ago, it was a briskly cold Sunday morning, and I decided to take a walk. It had been raining all night, the air was crisp and clean, and so I decided to walk around the neighborhood. So I ended up on I suppose you'd call it the main road into our little neighborhood that feeds then into, side streets. So I'm walking along, and as I'm walking east, and I approach an intersection where there's a stop sign for eastbound traffic. And I notice that as a car comes along, now the road is not that busy, but it is kind of busy. So this car is coming along, and they start to slow down at the stop sign, and then they drive right through it. I thought, yeah, that's pretty typical. How many times have we seen that? So I continue on my walk. I go a few more blocks. I then turn around and come back. And as I approach that intersection again, another car is coming along, and they start to slow down, and then they speed up right through the stop sign. Now at this point, I'm like, oh, come on. So I decide to stand on that corner like I'm going to cross and wait to see what the next car that comes by does. So the next car comes by, it does stop, and then it continues on. The car after that, however, comes by, the driver sees me standing on the corner and starts to slow down, and then I guess decides, you know what, I don't feel like stopping for this pedestrian. Speeds up and drives right through. There is something about human nature that if we think we can get away with it, maybe it's just that we just don't want to be told what to do. But if we think we can get away with it, we're going to do the wrong thing. This is good, however, for me, because what is that saying? Expect nothing and then be pleasantly surprised. At least when I see human beings doing the right thing, even when it's hard, it makes me even more grateful. So those are two things I've learned. Here's something I'm keeping: frequent hand washing and hand sanitizing. Yep, I'm going to be carrying my hand sanitizer with me. Here's something I'm keeping: frequent hand washing and sanitizing. Yes, I'm going to be carrying my hand sanitizer with me wherever I go for the foreseeable future, and washing my hands 20 seconds on a regular basis. Next is something I'm changing. I've worked hard. I've sacrificed. We all have. But I've often gone without or just made do with something that was worn out. Now, it's not because I'm frugal, although I am. When I thought about it, I realized that it's because somewhere deep down in my psyche, I don't think that I should have nice things. I don't believe that I deserve nice things. And that's changing going forward. I've always been content with having just the utilitarian, just what I need. Didn't want anything showy, right? If I was going to drive a car, it would be a car that actually ran. It didn't have to be a nice looking car. It was stupid. I was stupid. And if you feel that way, it's time to make a change. We all deserve to have nice things, not necessarily expensive things. I'm not saying go out and buy a Mercedes, although if you own a Mercedes, cool. What I'm saying is that we just need to treat ourselves better. I mean, if we don't treat ourselves better, we can't expect anybody else to, right? Life is too short. It's unmercifully short. So that brings me to the next thing I'm changing. If there's something that I want to do, I'm going to do it. If there's something that you want to do, I would advise you to just do it. Don't wait. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. And this year has made that piece of wisdom, conventional wisdom, well, it's really brought it home because we've lost so many this past year. And then finally, the last thing I'm changing is that going forward, I'm going to focus more on wellness care and less on hair care and skin care and external care. I'm going to focus more on inner care, making sure that my body is well nourished and protected as best I can from the external stresses and things that happen to us. I don't want any more quick fixes where you just slap on a cream one night and the next night you wake up 10 years younger. I feel like this past year I aged 10 years in 1 year. And it's made it quite clear to me that if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And that means emotional as well as physical health. I really wanted to take the time to think about everything that we all went through last year in an attempt to give it some meaning. Because where I live, in Los Angeles, in California, and in the United States, at least it was the last time I checked, but let me check in 20 minutes and I'll get back to you on that one. Yeah, where I live in Los Angeles County, the coronavirus is bad. Hospitals have been overrun for weeks. Ambulances are being redirected or told if they have someone that looks like they may not survive, like they may be dying, don't bring them to the hospital. And if you are lucky enough to make it to the hospital in an ambulance, you may have to wait quite a while just to get a bed. Medical staff has been stretched so thin that there's very few people left to administer the vaccines to the public. So it's been sitting on the shelf for weeks, maybe next week. The public health advisory here has been to not go anywhere, not even to go shopping, because the virus is everywhere. And yet there are still anti-mask protests all over the area. That's today. But maybe by the time this video goes up, things will be different. But the thought that I want to leave you with today is that no matter how much we understand, how much we grow, how much we overcome our past experiences, there's always something new just ahead. Something new to explore and learn from, and new opportunities for growth. And if you have faith in yourself, in that powerful spirit within you, then that's the only tool that you really need to create the life that's past the size of your dreams. The only person that needs to believe in you is you. So if you'd like to share any lessons or things that you've learned or changes that you've made over this past year, your general thoughts as we enter into a new year, I would love it if you left me a comment below. If anything that I've said to you today resonated with you and inspired you to want to make a change or to want to think more seriously about where you're going for the future, then that would be awesome. And I would love it if you told me about that too. And if you found this video helpful or informative or fun, it would be great if you left me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I would really love it if you did that too, so that we can get to know each other better. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you won't miss my next video. Okay, everybody, until I see you in that video, I'm wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye.